Hey guys, now in this video let's understand how exactly durable functions maintain the state, that is memory. So again guys, state, it means which are the activity functions called from orchestrator function, the sequence of those activity functions, inputs to those activity functions, results returned by each activity function, then tracking if any activity function has failed. So all this information is state. So again, if you see this screen, we have this orchestrator function and it is calling those four activity functions. Now, this orchestrator function, it may call those four activity functions either in parallel or one after another, or in a way such that, let's say it calls this activity function 1 and 2 first, then it waits for some external event to occur, and after that event is occurred, then it calls this activity function 3 and then activity function 4. But meanwhile, this orchestrator function or overall this Azure Durable function, it maintains the state. Now, durable functions, they maintain the state using something called checkpoint, and it stores the checkpoint in Azure storage account and not in memory. See guys, in simple words, when we create Azure function, we select the associated storage account, right? So all this checkpoint or all this state or all this memory or all this tracking information about the activity functions, it is stored in that Azure storage account. And now let's understand in more detail how exactly this state is maintained. And now guys, this is really an important concept and I will insist please pay attention to this, because otherwise if you don't have clear understanding of this concept, you will struggle when you will work with orchestrator functions. Now, how exactly state is maintained? Now guys, assume this is our orchestrator function, right? And this orchestrator function, it calls two activity functions. So the first activity function is this create employee record, and second activity function is this assign email. See guys, as of now, don't pay attention to this exact code. As of now, we don't need to understand the code. We will understand and work with this code in our upcoming videos, but as of now we are just trying to understand the concept. So again, here our orchestrator function is calling two activity functions. Now, how exactly the state is maintained and what is this state, right? So this orchestrator function, it will execute for the first time, and when it runs for the first time, it will call this first activity function. See this, that is create employee record. So it will call this activity function and it will go to sleep. So till now we have one execution of our orchestrator function. Now let's assume in the first attempt itself, this activity function, that is create employee record, it successfully ran, right? So our orchestrator function will come to know that that activity function has been completed successfully. So our orchestrator function, it will run again. See, now this is second execution. So it will again come to this block. Now it already knows that it has already called this create employee record, and now create employee record has been successfully executed. So now we are in the second execution. So it will simply track the result returned by this activity function, right? So again, see, it is maintaining the state. It now knows that first it called this first activity function. It now knows that first activity function has been successfully executed, and it now has the result returned by this first activity function as well, right? So again, we are in second execution, and now it will call this second activity function, that is assign email. So it will call this second activity function and now it will go to sleep, right? And now let's say our second activity function has successfully completed. So again, our orchestrator function will come to know that, and now it will again start the third run of our orchestrator function. So this is the third execution of our orchestrator function, and now it will directly come over here. It now knows that in the last run it had called this second activity function, and now it knows that this second activity function has been completed. So it will simply track the result returned by the second activity function, right? And then it will complete the execution. See, here we had total 3 runs of our orchestrator function, plus it also maintained the state. So it now knows that it had called this first activity function, and it also has the result returned by first activity function. It also knows that it had called this second activity function, and now it also has the result returned by second activity function. So again, it is maintaining the state. So that's it guys. Thanks for listening.